Hi everybody, I'm back. I went to the coast for a little bit. Went to the beach. We went to a used bookstore, of course, and I picked these books up there. Agatha Christie's The Pearl at N House. Three near fatal accidents in 3 days, as Miss Buckley told of her narrow brush with death, and the famous detective Hercule Poirot felt a thrill of fear. Were these accidents or attempted murder? Dun, 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 dun. And then my mom, she found this in the window of the bookstore. This is by Alison Weir, The Life of Elizabeth I. So, a biography about Elizabeth I, which I'm really interested in. And they have pictures of paintings. That's Elizabeth I. Not very complimentary. But anyway, Elizabeth I. And then we went to a thrift shop, and I picked up The Royal Physician's Assistant. And I can't even pronounce the guy's name who did it. He was a Swedish author. Here, I'll stick it up there. That way you can see it. There. The Royal Physician's Assistant. I believe this came out in the 90s. And I believe this is a true story. It takes place in the 1760s in Denmark. And the King Christian is a little bit crazy. He's not an effective ruler. So the doctor kind of takes over a little bit. He also has an affair with the queen. And eventually he is executed. So anyway, this looks really good. And I can't wait to get to that one too. And then I picked up this one, which is this book about Titanic, which is in really good shape. It's called Voyagers of the Titanic, Passengers, Sailors, Shipbuilders, Aristocrats, and the Worlds They Came From by Richard Davenport Hines. You can see the back here. And it has some really cool pictures of the Titanic in here. There's the Titanic. There's Captain Smith. So, yeah, that should be fun to read. So I got those. So those are the books I picked up. And while I was over there, I finished 2 books. Shirley Jackson's The Haunting at Hill House, a classic. It's about psychic phenomenon. Dr. Montague invites these people to this house. It's like totally out of the way. You know, the road there is terrible. There's this weird gatekeeper and housekeeper there who's kind of, yeah. And they leave before dark and stuff like that. And Ellen, and there's these 2 girls, Eleanor and Theodora, and they both had like psychic phenomenon, I can't talk, experiences. And so they're kind of part of this experiment. And there's also the future owner of Hill House. He would, Luke, I believe his name. And he will eventually be the owner of Hill House. And then the Dr. Montague. And they stay there all night for a while. And then things kind of get out of hand. And I wasn't so sure about the book until the very end. And then it was kind of like, whoa. So anyway, it's decent. I'd rate it 3.5. It was decent. It was good. It was all right. And then I finished Murder on the Orient Express by Agatha Christie. Now I've watched the TV version of Murder on the Orient Express and the newer one by Kenneth Branagh. Brenna, I believe is how you pronounce his name, the actor, and the actor-director. And it's a Hercule Poirot mystery. He's on his way home after he solved a mystery, and he's going to stay over in Istanbul for a little bit before he catches the Orient Express home to London. But plans change, and as soon as he gets to Istanbul, he finds out that he's needed in London, and so he has to catch the Orient Express. And this one guy comes up to him and says, hey, there's somebody, after me or whatnot. I need your help. And Hercule's like, I don't know. And then that night he ends up dead in his cabin. So Hercule has to solve the tangled webs and weaves and figure out what happened. I think it was a good read, even though I have no what happened because I've seen the movie and I've actually read the book once before. It was still a good read. And Agatha, she paints a really, you can really imagine the characters, and she really puts you into it. You're kind of like, almost like I kind of felt like I'm a fly on the wall, kind of, sort of. So anyway, Agatha Christie's Murder on the Orient Express. And then today, because I went to our local bookstore, library book sale, and I found some really good volumes of Agatha Christie. I picked up 2 about a week ago, and then I went back, and by happenstance, they still had the ones that I wanted to go back and get. And these are really good. They're all Agatha Christie, and they're all in the same series. Agatha Christie and the Murderous Affair at Styles, Hercule Poirot. I love the covers here. Set in Essex in the English countryside, the Mysterious Affair at Styles is one of the great classics of murder mysteries. The victim, Miss Emily Inglethorpe, is the wealthy mistress of Styles Court. After an evening of entertaining the family and guests, she is found poisoned in her locked bedroom. Dun, dun, dun. So this is a good one. And then the ABC, Agatha Christie's ABC Murder. So, yeah. And obviously the ABCs have to do with the murder. Like 3 murders, and Hercule Poirot has to figure it out. And then Murder is Announced, Agatha Christie. I guess there's like a dinner party, there's like a solve a mystery kind of dinner party type thing, and somebody actually ends up dead, and Miss Marple has to figure out who done it. So that was good. And then Agatha Christie's at the Bertram's Hotel. A hotel guest ends up dead, and Miss Marple has to figure out who done it. From all the many people. And then The Body in the Library, Agatha Christie. The family wakes up and they found this dead woman in their library, and they have never met her before in their life. And they don't know how she got there. So anyway, The Body in the Library. So these should all be really, really good. I can't wait to get to them. And I don't think I mentioned, I don't think I finished up The Woman in Cabin Number 10. Now, this is by Ruth Weir. My mom read it, and she really, really enjoyed it, as I said before. And then I read it, and there's like so many twists and turns. If you're into thrillers, into mysteries, I think you should really give this one a chance. I really, really enjoyed it. And there's a real big twist. Well, for me, there was a big twist at the end. It's about a young woman who has somebody kind of break into her house before she's supposed to go on this cruise for her work, and it kind of messes with her mind a little bit. And then she gets on this ship and funny things start happening, and she's wondering whether she's going nuts or whether there's something else really going on there. So yeah, it's a good one. It's a good one. If you get an opportunity, read The Woman in Cabin 10, Ruth Weir. Yeah, it's good. I enjoyed it, so I would recommend. And I am currently reading, but I'm not very far into either one of these. I'm reading on my Kindle The Handmaid's Tale by Margaret Atwood. And then I'm reading a biography about Queen Elizabeth II by Robert Lacey, royal historian. So, yeah. So that's what I'm reading. And I think that is all the news I have for now. I'm wishing you, thank you, everybody, for watching. If you have any comments, please leave them below. Or any suggestions, or any books, or you want to talk about books, or what you're reading, or whatnot. So yeah, I'd love to hear from you. All right. So thank you again. Have a great day. Bye-bye.